What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Christian Outlaw channel. A lot of times people want to know what I went to prison for. So in this, my second video, that's what I'm going to do. Just give y'all the download on what happened, what I went to prison for. I was in Oklahoma. I've been around drugs and gangs since I was about 12 years old. And I had actually come down to Texas. I had spent some time down here making connections and stuff, and got a nice little plug. And eventually I ended up moving back to Oklahoma, back to my small town. When I got there, my partner was running the dope game, mostly weed and pills. I really didn't mess with that meth and none of that crap. I seen how it made people into junkies, and for me that was always just disrespectful. You know, not to say that any of the rest of it's respectful, but in my eyes at that time, that's just how I felt about it. So I was into the dope, or the weed and the pills for the most part. My partner, he had it on lock, and I came back and I had some connections, but I was watching, just seeing how everything was going. The homeboy got into a situation where he had a shootout and ended up getting locked up. The game was wide open, so I came in hard. It didn't take no time where I was at to just lock it down. I had better product, better prices coming from Texas anyway, so everybody loved to mess with me. You know, I had the best business aspect of it too. Nobody was doing anybody better than I was doing them. So I had a lot of business coming in. I had a lot of people around me, you know, because at the same time I was taking the gang that I was part of, and I was building up my drug business, but I was also building up that aspect of it, the gang aspect of it. You know what it is, man. You know, at the time I'm like 19, 20 years old, you know, and just trying to live them Scarface dreams. So I'm doing that for a couple years, doing pretty good, you know, stayed out of trouble. I wasn't trying to be stupid about it for being a kid that's drug dealing, you know what I'm saying, but I was trying to do it as smart as I could. And you know, had people around me that was that I felt was loyal at the time, and we was getting things done, and we was known to be getting things done, you know, and I was enjoying it. I loved it. That's a whole nother testimony, but I go into later on down the road about when God started calling me at that time, when I was in the middle of all this that I was enjoying doing. So anyways, it's 2010 is what time it was. I had actually, my plug had kind of ran dry. I had got, somebody hit a lick on me, found my re-up stash, sneak thief me, took my re-up stash. I had that going on, and I had the fact that my plug had kind of dried up. So I'm scraping back up to go, you know, be able to purchase the amount of marijuana that I was buying, and also at the same time trying to find different sources here and there. Got linked up with a source through my sister at one point in time, and ended up getting that money sneak thieved on me too. Dude pulled a move out the back door, and man, it was all kind of coming down, but at the same time it was happening quick. So I still felt that rush of living this life, and man, I had it actually set up where let's just say that there was a murder planned, and on the situation that man, I was just gonna go handle it. You know what I'm saying? I was serious about it. I was walking around this time, as much as I was having fun and all that stuff, but I didn't have no hope. I really didn't care about life. I was just running and gunning, all gas, no brakes, until finally I was up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm plotting on this. I got a call from my connect. He's back on. I finally made my money back up. So now everything feels like it's clicking. I'm about to re-up. I'm about to go handle these people that had made a move on me, and I was about to get my money back up to be able to do it all. Now this is where it all goes crazy, because that situation, getting my money back up, how everything was going down, is what led for me to go to prison. All right, so I had a partner at the time, and he actually sold the dope, and me and my side of the business was pills and weed, and then my partner, because I didn't want to mess with the dope, he had no problem slinging the dope. So me and him teamed up together, and we just had everything on lockdown. And where I was from, everybody was, all the fiends and all the people buying, they was loving it, because like I said, best product, best prices. But the competition, they didn't like it at all, and we was dealing with that a lot. But it was never really a problem, because we would just handle it in a way that it was a problem for them, not for us. So anyways, I'm down on my luck, and I got these moves lined up, and my partner says, they got a lick lined up. Hey, I know this person been selling this dope. Her old man is locked up. Run up in there, take it all. So my other partner, the partner that does the dope business, he comes to me and says, "Hey man, if we're gonna hit that lick, we can hit this lick over here too, because I know this homeboy just come up from New Orleans thinking he doing something big, and we run up in there and take everything." There we go. Like I said, everything seemed like it was falling into place. Knock these licks down, go get my re-up, and handle up on some fools that done did some dirty business with me. So we got it all lined up. Night comes, there's 5 of us. It's me and my ace Deuce. It's my business partner, and then 2 of his soldiers, 2 of his just gonna do whatever, and one of them's gonna drive, one of them's gonna ride with us. There's 2 licks. One's in the town that I'm from, and then there's another one in the town just a couple miles down the road. We're gonna hit the one in my town first. It's this chick. Should be pretty easy. We're gonna run up in there. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. We're just trying to get paid. So whatever that situation in my eyes, and that's gonna be key, because in my eyes it wasn't that situation. Karma and everything, yeah, this is the business that we in, but ain't us unnecessarily trying to hurt people. So we're gonna hit this lick. We're gonna go get this one down the road right after that. We get all ski masked up, wait for the sun to go down. We done circled the block, cased it out all afternoon, really. Sun finally goes down, and we get ready. We pull up in the yard. We hop out the car, 4 of us. The driver, he takes the car in the back. We're going in the front. We're going to hit the lick. We'll come out the back door in the alley. Car's waiting. We're out. So we go up in there. We're all strapped. We all got our faces covered, all blacked out and everything. 4 deep. My partner, he's a big old yoked up dude at the time. He was the one that actually, when I first started slanging, had got locked up. So he had done like a year in the county. Big old youngster got yoked up in the county. He comes out. He wants to kick doors. And so he's kicking doors. He kicked this door off the hinge. All the way off the hinge. We go in, and the chick is in the hallway. I'm the first one in. I got the shotty. I'm screaming, "Get down," We put her on the floor and everything. And we're telling her, just give us everything. We're just here for the money. We're here for the drugs. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to hurt nobody. So my partner, my business partner, he grabs her, he takes her, and he sets her on the couch, right? And he's telling her, everything's going pretty good at that point. She realizes that we're just there for the dope and the money. Boom. So she gives it up. We took everything though. I mean, we come up in there and we robbed the place, the whole place. We took the TVs, we took speakers, computers, whatever we could get. We took it out of there. He tapes her up, and we deuce out, you know what I'm saying? He leaves her taped up on the couch. She gets out eventually, and calls the police. We're at the hideout spot, listening to the scanners, and all the concentration for the police is on that town. So bam, we're about, 2 o'clock in the morning or something, we hit this one. Now, this is my business partner had brought this lick to the table. I'd been approached with the first lick from another partner. This one was from my business partner, who was wanting to get this dude that was supposedly come up from New Orleans, slinging dope and doing all that stuff, right? So this is his lick. He'd give us all the information. Supposed to be what's going to happen is, Man, he's supposed to have, pounds of dope, go in there, stacks of money. He told us, be ready to shoot it out though, because he got some partners with him, and they're probably gonna be strapped. We're gonna run up in here and shoot it out. I'm thinking, the first lick we went on, we knew it was gonna be a chick. It was gonna go pretty smoothly. Nobody's gonna get hurt. We didn't have to do nothing. It was just one chick. She was by herself. But this one, we was in a different mode. After we had robbed that chick for all her dope and her money, we're at the hideout spot and we're rolling them down, just getting out of there. And so we're on a whole nother level by the time this one comes in. And so we pull up to the spot. We listen to the scanners. It's clear. It's go time. We pull up to the spot. Same thing again. 4 of us are going in. We're all blacked out, masked out, strapped up and everything. Like I said, my partner, boom, he kicks the door again. Whole door just flies off the hinges, out the frame. And dude, when we roll up in there, it was a dude asleep on the couch, and his wife and his kids are asleep on the floor. And man, it's, we're running and going. I'm high, and just 90 to nothing. And as soon as I seen that, it was like tunnel vision. Everything just slowed down. And I'm just like, man, this is all bad, you know what I'm saying? Well, and as soon as they run up in the house, my business partner, my partner that had brought this lick to the table, he runs up on the dude and he just starts pistol whipping him. Boom, boom. He had 2 pistols in both hands, and he's just getting them with both of them. And then the other 2 guys that we're with, they go taking off on him too. And I had picked the door up and shut the door, but the door like literally wasn't attached. So it was like not staying. Like you had to hold it up, or it was just gonna be a wide open door. So I'm holding the door up. And at first I'm kind of like, I'm looking around and everything, like I'm speechless. I can't say nothing. I'm not moving. I'm just kind of like dumbstruck. And the kids and the mom is over here screaming. And I mean, they was like, these people were like our age, you know what I'm saying? But they were still there with their kids and stuff. And they're screaming, and it's nuts. They're over here beating this dude, beating him senseless, screaming, where's the money, where's the dope? The kid and the mom is over here screaming. They're screaming, shut them up. So finally I tell her, go in the bedroom and lock the door, just stay in there. And they do that. And they go to beating on this dude. And as my partner is beating on this dude, my other partner, my little partner, the one that's kicking the door in, he's going around, he's gathering stuff up, and he starts loading up the car. So he's actually doing, the whole time I'm kind of holding the door up, my partner is clearing the house out, and then my business partner and his dude are just beating this dude. They're not even getting nothing. They're just beating this dude. You know what I'm saying? Senseless. And they done moved him all the way. He got beat from the couch. Now he's in the chair. I done seen him get hit with a baseball bat, with guns. The one dude had a rifle, and he actually broke the stock of this rifle on this dude's head. He done got hit with a vacuum. Just anything they could find. They were just getting this dude. And I knew it was all bad. Well, and it seemed like we was in there for a while. And because my other little partner, he cleared out a lot of stuff, and they're still the whole time just beating him. And what they're asking for money, but we didn't really find no money, not like we was supposed to. So they keep asking him, where's it at, And he ain't got it, man. I can tell he ain't got it. I mean, if your head got beat in like that, you'd be like, hey, take it, whatever it is, just take it and go. You know what I'm saying? And Finally, man, I yell at the homeboy like, dude, man, he ain't got nothing. Look at his face. You know what I'm saying? Look like his eyes hanging out and everything. And, he would have gave it up. And homeboy's like, all right then, and pulls that gun up. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I slapped the dude's gun. I just slapped his arm down. It's like, nah. I'm out. I was like, that's not exactly what I said. I used to speak a little bit different back then, but I was like, I'm out. I'll see y'all later. I was like, y'all can roll with me or not, but I'm smashing out. So as soon as I smash out, pretty much everybody else smash out with me, except for my business partner. And when we all jump in the car, Like, where's he at? Other dude's like, man, he's still in there beating on this dude. Like, man, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? This is not what it was supposed to be. Finally, he comes running out. He don't even get in the car. He jumps in homeboy's car, steals his car. We take off. We go back to the spot. We hide the car. We hide everything. And then we go home. And I want to say maybe like 2 days later, the police knocking at my door. And I just got to sleep because we had been getting high. I finally just got to sleep. They woke us up. They come in there deep, you know. And when they knocked on the door, what's up, you know? And they like, I said, y'all got a warrant? He said, nah, man, if we had a warrant, we'd have jerked you through the door. We just got some questions for you. All right, what's up then? And so they started asking me, and it's too, man, you know, from being from a small town and everything, I know all of these cops by first name basis. And two of them are questioning me that I know. One of them's a sheriff, and one of them is a city police. And they're questioning me and everything, and they're asking me all these questions about this robbery. Then tell me, yeah, we got your partners down there. You know, I don't know about the other 4 guys, the driver, my business partner, and his dude, because they went off a different direction. Now, my partner, the one that's kicking the doors, he lived with me. So it was me and him there. And they come up in there and ask me all these questions, and I'm telling them, no, it ain't nothing. Somebody lying to you. They look at each other, and he's like, well, he ain't gonna believe what we got till we take him down to the station. He said, you wanna come down to the station, talk to us? I was like, no, I don't. I was like, I got a choice. And they was like, no, you don't. So they cuffed me up. They cuff up my partner. They take us. Man, we're down there in interrogating rooms for a couple hours, you know. I end up falling asleep in there. They're waiting us out playing the old cop game, you know what I'm saying? And they come in there and they tell me, like, man, we know this. We know what kind of shoes you was wearing, what kind of mask you was wearing, what kind of hoodie you was wearing, what kind of gun you had. We know who all was there. This person was there. This person, this, and this, you know? And, man, I'm like, you know, I've been in some trouble with the police before, and the biggest thing is, you know, don't ever get scared by what they're talking about, because they're always trying to bluff you and everything. But no, they know what they're talking about, and it scared me. And I was like, man, I'm like, I was like, was y'all there? And dude's like, nah, but we got somebody who was there. He said, best you can do. He's just like, they done told on you. They done told on all y'all. Obviously, we know. I just told you everything. We know. Best you can do is tell us, you know, tell it. And man, honestly, I told him, I was like, look here. It's like, I can't tell you nothing about nobody else. I was listening to one of my dudes that's a motivational speaker that I was talking, that I listened to. And he did time out in Cali, and he said, oh, you can't just not say nothing, you know, or you can't just say, or you can't say only about you without saying something on somebody else. Like they won't take that. Like they're not gonna allow it. I don't know about allowing anything. I say, here's the deal. I admit it. I was like, this is what I did. I was like, but I can't tell you nothing about nobody else. And they kept trying to ask me questions about, well, who was the other people? Who was the, you know? And every time they'd ask me, but I didn't even really answer their questions. That's not what happened. I was like, here's what I did. Because they had told me, you know, they had asked me a bunch of questions at first. They'd been asking me questions. I knew all the questions that they was asking. They asked me. So when it finally hit me that I was got, I was just like, man, forget it. You know, here's what I did. You know, I was in a robbery. I did this and did this and did this. Man, I'm not going to tell you nothing about nobody else. I ain't telling nobody's names. I wrote the statement out exactly how I said it. Only telling on me. You know, so you know, they booked me up. Boom, you know, going to jail. You know, we're booking you for, because it was 2 licks, so they gave us a first-degree robbery and a first-degree burglary on both of them. So I had 2 robberies, 2 burglaries. Then it was like 3 assault with a dangerous weapons, kidnapping, because we had taped that chick up. And in the state of Oklahoma, kidnapping also consists of not being allowed to leave, you know, against your will. I don't even have to take you nowhere. I just got to keep you from leaving. So we got a kidnapping charge, larceny of an automobile, a couple drug charges because they found all of the stuff that we stole. Because what had happened was my partner had brought this dude in, not the driver, but actually the driver, he turned states too. The driver, my business partner, the two guys that he brought in, they turned state's evidence on us. And they wrote a freaking book. I saw the report once we started going to trial or going through court proceedings and everything. I seen it. He wrote like a book, 11 pages, and like what we had for breakfast and stuff, like unnecessary stuff. But whatever, I'm not trying to glorify none of it, man. I was a young, dumb fool, hopeless, and just trying to get myself killed either by somebody on the streets, or maybe I do enough drugs one day I won't wake up. I'm not trying to glorify any of it. I'm just letting y'all know this is what it was, and this is the mind state that I was in when all this was happening. And so the dudes turned state's evidence on us. They had us. I was like, hey, you got me dead to rights. I'm not telling on nobody else though. They kept offering me deals, like they would. The DA, oh yeah, we'll offer you 10 if you testify. I told them, man, as long as she's talking about testifying, don't come at me with no more deals. And she didn't, because the first thing when they come up in there, when we started the court proceedings, my lawyer comes in and he's like, man, I feel like the executioner. He said, they're not offering no deals. She said she's got you and she's taking you to trial, and when she beats you, she's getting 30 off you. So, man, I'm wiped out. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm done. I'm 30 years. They got me dead to rights. I admitted to what I did, and we ended up going through the court proceedings. I was in that county jail for 19 months fighting my case. I ended up bonding out eventually. After 19 months, I got a bond reduction and bonded out and fought for another about 18 months on the street. Altogether, I fought this case for like 3 years. And, for the longest, it was no deals, no deals. The only deal she had offered was to testify. And I told her, if it involves testifying, don't come at me. And she didn't for the longest. It was 30. We're taking y'all, and we got 30 for y'all. I got people trying to say, rumors start spreading around talking about snitching or whatever. Check this out. I got paperwork. I got the paperwork, the police report, and everything that says Mr. Robbins refused to give us any information on his co-defendants. And I've made copies of this stuff, and I highlighted it, and I started sending it out to all my homeboys on the street. Like, you put this on telephone poles. I don't care, because I guarantee you, I'm about to go. They offered me 10. I could go do a 10, turn around, and I know them dudes that turned state's evidence got like an 8 non-violent, which is like 33% of the time. They did freaking, I don't know, 2 years maybe. I could have taken a deal and skated, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm going to go do this 30. And I'm going to go do it with my head up, you know what I'm saying? With my chin held high. But at the same time, people want to be out there running their mouths. I'll go ahead and show them this paperwork that clearly says Mr. Robbins would not give us any information about his co-defendants. So like I said, I fought this case out without getting too much into the other side of my testimony. I'm just trying to give y'all a rundown of what happened, how I went to prison. Lord did get a hold to me while I was in there. That's a whole nother testimony that I will go into. But anyways, needless to say, I did get saved while I was in there. I fought that case, like I said, for 3 years. Half of it, I got to be out on the streets, doing some good things, trying to make my name better while I was out. They finally come with a 20, offered a 20. God had told me he wasn't going to wipe me out, so I told him no. My partner, he took it, boom. So you got 2 of them that turned state's evidence. You got my partner, the youngster that was kicking doors. He took the 20 as soon as they offered it. I was there. I went to support him when he signed it. He signed it. He's still in. Then you got my business partner who had been on the run for a while, and they finally ended up catching him. He thought he was going to beat him at trial. Went to trial, got beat, got 25. And so it's down to me. I held out the last, hoping she would come with a deal. I told her she'd give me just a 10 flat, 10 violent. That's 85%. I'll take that 10. She ain't, no deals. No, I'm trying to hang you. So finally, I pushed. I waived trial. I'm going to do a bench trial, which is just by the judge, because I'm still trying to wait it out. Finally comes down, it's about time for bench trial, and I see that the DA still ain't coming with nothing. The only other option is what they call a blind plea, and it's where you go before the judge and you say, hey, look, I'm guilty. Give me whatever you think I deserve. And they always tell you, don't take a blind plea. That is a death sentence. That judge is going to rack you back. But I had God on my side, and it was my only option. So I took that blind plea, and I got a sentencing hearing where I got to have a lot of people from the church and stuff, people that I had met and connected with, being a new Christian and being on bond for that year and a half, still fighting my case, and they came and supported me in the courts. And finally, when it came down to the sentencing, the judge came in, and he's like, please rise, First he says, Mr. Robbins, you're resting on your faith. It's what all this testimony has showed, that you're resting on your faith. And I was ready to go, whatever, man, whatever I got, it's God's will. I'm going to go do whatever time I got, and I'm going to do it with my head held high. But he says, if you know anything about faith, then you know about grace. And he started, in first charge, count 1, blah, 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 blah. And he starts naming off time, starting from the smallest to the biggest. It's like 5, 5, 5, 10, 10. Because they had dropped a few charges here and there, but I ended up with I think 9 altogether felonies that I was pleading guilty to. And so he started reading out the time and giving me, 5, 10, 10, 15, 20. And altogether, they gave me 73 years. They ran it CC, which is concurrent, which means it's all together instead of saying, I got to run this 5, then I got to run this 5, then I got to run this 5. No, I'm all together in a 25. All but the first 5 suspended. And I when he was naming off these charges and giving me this time, I just had my eyes closed and I was praying. And as soon as he said, all but the first 5 suspended, I just opened my eyes and looked at my lawyer, and my lawyer was like, do you know what that means? I was like, that's a 5, right? He's like, yeah. And he just hugs me. He starts crying. Everybody in the courtroom is crying. I'm crying. That's 5 years. God just gave me a miracle. 5 years. My partner that I'm still really good friends with is still, I think he's got 12 left on that 20. My other partner, who I don't have contact with anymore, he's doing a 25. I don't know what these 2 snitches are out here doing. I don't care. It's not my business. I'm on a whole different path in life. But I'm just saying, God gave me a miracle. 73 years I could have been doing. He would have said CC or a CS, which is consecutive, one after the other. I would have had to serve 73 years. But he said CC to run concurrently in a 25, all but the first 5 suspended. 5 years on a violent crime, which means I'm 85%. So altogether, I served 4 years, 9 months, Oklahoma Department of Corrections. And there's a lot of testimony, a lot of stories that are going to come off of that. And as I continue to make these videos, everything that I got is going to draw off my life experiences in the pen, experiences through my faith. And that's the rundown of me going to prison. Y'all have any questions, drop them in the comments. Do me a favor, like, share this video, and please subscribe to the channel, and I'll have a new video for y'all as soon as I can. Appreciate y'all.